2, we started looking at lungs. We've put lots of pictures of lungs in. We haven't quite finished this page yet. We've got a lung picture there. We've got a butterfly, which is obviously from the original template. So we're going to get a quick look on some pictures for lungs. And in there, we're going to add some images to go in that library there. That's a nice image of a lung. And drop that into there. Perfect. And in here, let's give a little bit of a description about what a lung is. So lung from Wikipedia should help us. Let's just have this. That should do us from there. And we'll just copy that. So Command and C and then Command and V. And it pastes it like that. There we go. A little bit of a description there about what is a lung. Need a nice picture for this shape here. Let's see if we can find something that's that sort of shape. Maybe there you go, a nice diagram. Doesn't really fit there. Let's just Control and Z and undo that. And take that image out. And what we can do is just replace that image with something else. Find a better diagram. Here's maybe something better. There's a sort of a scan of some lungs. That looks quite good. Shows the different types of the body. Shows your sternum and your pericardium and a few other areas of the lungs as well. It's obviously quite a large file. It's taking a few minutes to load. While that's loading on the right hand side, we can just look at our first chapter there on lungs. And as you can see, we've got sections and different pages we'd like to add things into. This looks like a cross section of the lungs. What a very interesting picture. Shows the muscles at the front of your body in your rib cage. It shows your pectoral muscles here on the top. So I'm just going to grab that image and drop it into there. And again, it's a bit big, so we can just drag the image down a bit, maybe sort of try and get as much as we can in. Let's just do a top section of it rather than just show half a picture. That should do us there. That's quite good. That's our second chapter there on lungs, and we've got our second section here. We can start to build on with information on lungs. Okay, but let's say, for instance, I wanted to move this chapter here. I could just pick up the section and drop it in the heart section, or I could move it back into lungs. The limitation with that is you can't just pick up an individual page and drag and drop that somewhere else. It's individually linked to each of the sections. So it's linked to the chapters, linked to sections, pages linked into the sections there. We've just added a whole new section on lungs here. Let's look at a new phrase, this word lung. Let's add that to our glossary. So we're going to add the term up here, our glossary toolbar. It's now added, it's now a hot topic. I can jump to my glossary here, and I can put a title in for what a lung is. So I'll go over here again, go back to our Wikipedia page, and grab the phrase what a lung is. Let's grab all this here, and we'll drop this ability now to have our text in here. We don't want all the other words in there, so we can have the lung in there. So, but lungs possibly also linked to nerves, so we can drop a nerve into the lung category. So it's related. And if we have any more lungs elsewhere, we can possibly find the word lung and keep adding that and linking it together. But we haven't got lung anywhere else. And that was telling us we haven't, so that's no good, so it's okay for now. But we can link it if we'd like to. So we've got our information here. Now we're going to go down, we're going to start using masking. Masking is where we use one of these frames to put an item in. Okay, so I'm going to add some images here on lungs and some images in here. We're going to get rid of this placeholder. We're going to add some images into there ourselves and use those images. So I'm going to go back to our search for lung, click on the Google image picture, and come up with some nice images to use. Okay, so it's quite a good one, almost a 3D view with it labelled. So we'll drag that image into our page. Now, as you can see, it's automatically added the standard template around the outside. But let's say I'd like to mask that with a different shape to make an interesting picture on this page. So I can go to the menu here, look under images, and think about masking it with a shape. Let's mask it with a oval. And as you can see, that's now changed the shape to an oval shape. And I can pick up the shape and make it bigger. And I can make it oval by just sort of dragging it down. It's more round than oval. And I can edit the picture, move it in and out to where I'd like it to be. Let's say there. And I've got a round picture rather than a square one. Let's try this again. Let's drag in a picture of more lungs here. And now I'm going to go to image again. So view, that's Chrome's toolbar. Format, image, mask with shape. Let's do it as a bubble quote. That's like a speech bubble. Okay, so let's just have an image of the lungs in the middle. And that can be linked into some text perhaps. Okay, so you can little bubble quote there. Not very effective, but it's okay. Now you'll probably find that we've got the actual picture frame on. So if we take the picture frame off, there's more chance of that looking like a bubble quote we can use. As you can see, it's now probably the sort of size you would see as a bubble quote. And again, that was the toolbar under graphic. You'll find it's got a frame on, so it's this one, we can remove that frame. Again, you've got more of a circular picture now. Okay. Gives you an idea of what you can do. We can mask pictures. Let's try one more before I leave you to have a go yourself. Let's take this image here of sort of whole long mouth. There we go. Let's put this one inside a triangle. We'll get rid of the picture frame first, and we'll mask this image. Do the star. This is more like a polygon type star, but again, it's an interesting shape. It keeps people interested in what you're doing. So there you go, and you can move that and surround your text with it. Quite an interesting way of putting pictures inside of text. Okay, that should cover most of what we're going to cover today. We've looked at interactive and media widgets. We've looked at glossary index. We've looked at lots of simple iBook design elements, masking and shape tools. Hope that's been useful for you, and we'll speak again soon. Thanks, bye-bye. This is split into two sections, 3A and 3B. Please look for 3B to carry on. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.